situation with the Gauntlets and Bow Legends. So seeing Power Ranger pick up this character, I'm excited to see maybe just some unique option takes coming out from a player who has practiced a legend that a lot of people just don't play.
And speaking of unique, Fiend's in the match, who has a very unique play style.
Yes.
Very few, I don't think any players, maybe there are some in South America, have shades of Fiend, but nobody quite masters what Fiend does like Fiend does. You're going to see strings that are started with weapon tosses that aren't just, oh, a weapon toss into a neutral light or anything like that. They're going to be complicated. They're going to be extended. They're going to be pre-planned. They're going to be improvisational, all over the place. Fiend has an extremely unique play style. One of the few like really unique play styles that we have left in the game, with how much communication there is between regions, how much content there is out there, how much other players can see themselves and other players play.
Yeah, so far, Fiend hasn't been doing those weapon throws that you were talking about. Just really solid axe play. But man, Power Ranger fearlessly going for that nair after getting downered by the axe. Signatures like exchanged, but not connecting there in that moment. And oh man, that spot dodge from both of them in the same place. Fiend going for that dash jump ground pound, recovered into him on the backside, but the side airs back into the stage, and the recovery gets the KO. Really, really fast-paced for a stock. It looked like Power Ranger was at the back foot most of the time, but he got his damage in after Fiend opened up that axe, and it looked really good for him.
Yeah, after seeing some 4.5, 5-minute games earlier today in EU, a 50-second first stock is a very strong opening gambit for Power Ranger here. Fiend threw out the down signature, looking for the knockout, but it was all the way on the wrong side of the stage for him. Not going to be the option. You see him trying to pressure over on the edge with those falling down airs. That's going to be the first down air. There's a weapon toss. It's going to go too close to the wall. Power Ranger gets around it, but Fiend just hogging that very small sidewall provides no opening for Power Ranger.
Yeah, Power Ranger went for the unarmed Sarah just to get a hit on Fiend to activate his chase dodge, but all of his resources were taken away. That Fiend's dive kick was perfect, hit him right before he was able to touch the stage, and Demon Island has some of the smallest, if not the smallest, walls and all of the competitive maps that are available to play in ranked 1 or in tournament 1v1s. Ooh. Now Fiend has brought this game completely to even after confirming that stock. Nice job with that downer, and a dash jump side light. Pretty impressive.
That sidewall is maybe 1 character height, 1.5 character heights at most. The weapon throw just going under Fiend. Very close unarmed sidelight from Power Ranger.
Ooh. Goes for the downlight neutral sig, but Power Ranger was able to jump out of it. And oh man, unfortunately that end light didn't catch him stacked, and the recovery hits Fiend, sent flying. One more bow recovery might be able to finish the job, but Fiend punches him away. Axe downlight. Oh man, both these players are super damaged. I feel like downlight recovery would work so well for Power Ranger if he can make it back to the stage. Goes over the down sig, but he doesn't slide charge it. Downlight nair. Oh man. They're just hitting each other with the one move that's not going to be able to KO. I mean, eventually it's going to stop, right? That downlight does it.
It's going to be an axe downlight as the knockout move to hit off the top of Demon Island, which had a higher ceiling that was lowered, but it's still a high ceiling on this map.
Whew. Unarmed nair, is that going to be the move that Power Ranger needs to end Fiend's stock? Okay, pick up recovery. A little bit overkill, but it still works out, and now they are completely even in damage.
Now, one thing that we've seen from multiple Gauntlet players today, and we saw Power Ranger do it just a few seconds ago, was they'll hit the side light, and then they won't go for the read. They'll wait for the spot dodge to come out and wait an extremely long amount of time before following up with the recovery, rather than just going for the, like, 3 different options that they can go for, depending on which dodge their opponent does.
Ooh, Fiend with the pogos. The down tig!
He picked up with the backside of it. It swings behind and then is carried forward by Bryn. And wow. Fiend is going to take that. What an edge guard situation.
Yeah, I think we're seeing it in the replay right now. So this was what was significant about this. Fiend threw his axe up after the neutral light, picked up the spear, and then tried to neutral light him back into it, and then just had the prime position to go for those pogo sticks over and over again until that slide charge down to caught Power Ranger going for the gravity cancel neutral stick himself. Excellent finisher from Fiend in a game that was incredibly close the entire time. A dominant last stock's all he needed to take game number 1. Reminder, we are in top 8, so these are best of 5s. Power Ranger has plenty of time to adapt as we go to Small Enigma for game number 2.
And that also shows what you can do with slide charges is you can direct them in one direction or the other. You can move them forward rather than just sticking right next to the wall. Right. He held left so he would move forward so he could grab behind and pull.
Yeah, Bryn signatures. Ooh, As it hits that side stick in the side.
Oh!
Power Ranger didn't use any jumps, but that does not matter. Dodge is gone, ground pound connects, and as I was saying, Bryn's signature is often criticized for being very sluggish, very slow, but in that same regard, they cover a wide area and last for a very long time. So if you, by mistake, spot dodge against a Bryn down sig, a side sig, you're going to get punished for it. Power Ranger there finding that side sig as he was sent flying. Oh, and the sidelight there, ground pound, just more extra credit for Fiend in this game number 2.
And talking about those normal, like, slow and sluggish signatures coming from Bryn, Fiend's spear is really fast. Like, he's throwing out a lot of moves back-to-back. You saw the back-to-back neutral lights and then into the side signature. Last game, you saw all those down air pogos coming out. So a very quick spear coming out from Fiend. You see him swinging a lot with Axe, not necessarily making the most connections, but still swinging a lot, throwing out that warning, saying, you better be careful when you initiate on me. It better be with purpose. If you get anywhere near me, I'm going to hit you.
For the down sig, but Power Ranger just waited out. Nice downlight in the recovery. Finishes off the stock, but took a ton of damage on that second stock. If he can keep weapon starved from Fiend, it might have a chance, but Fiend hasn't been one that relies on weapons necessarily, as we see him already going in for that slide kick.
Yeah, Fiend is one of several players that are extremely comfortable with the unarmed kit, regularly finding knockouts. If he's unarmed and his opponent is in the red, that is so dangerous. He's not really at a disadvantage at that point.
Sidelight, D-light, side air, as bread and butter as it gets with the spear. Sidelight comes up with the gauntlets, and he waits an incredibly long time before finding that recovery. Gets the ground pound as well. Fiend taking some damage as Power Ranger gingerly dash jumps over him. And I like how Power Ranger has been playing these gauntlets. Ooh! The finisher, that does it! Knocks him out! Small Enigma has such small blast zones that is enough. The disconnects, and he is sent flying. And Power Ranger makes this completely even in what was a totally dominant game from Fiend.
And in the rare occasion that I find Azariel in my ranked games, it's always surprising when I get caught with a signature in orange and get knocked out.
Yeah, Azariel signatures cover some unique spots, especially like the bow down sig, for instance, where you just jump straight up and shoot the ground with 3 arrows. Can catch a lot of people just trying to dash through or dash jump above you. Ooh, that sidelight caught Fiend going for what I believe was a neutral signature. Power Ranger's a lot of damage now. Fiend gets recovery that high up. That was going to be it.
Yeah, especially with that recently buffed recovery.
Ooh, he avoids that down.
Oh, how did that not hit?
Oh, and again, another game where the Bryn down sig on spear catches his opponent behind him and sends him flying forward to his death. Power Ranger goes down 0-2 in this matchup against Fiend, but a very, very good game too, but it's still showing that Fiend has the upper hand for the majority of the set. Fiend sticking to the Bryn. Will we see the Zariel from Power Ranger again? It feels good. It's just he's not keeping the momentum long enough. And now another Gauntlet Legend comes out. The Daimyo, or the epic crossover for Mordex, is going to be selected as once again you see them just favoring, taking out a force, going to that defense stance, doing whatever they can possible to make them as beefy as they can.
He's going to be holding on to those gauntlets and then picking up a scythe instead of using the bow.
Wow, Power Ranger.
Small Enigma
Really wants these platform stages. Look at this.
Yeah, that's surprising when Fiend is coming in with an axe character, even with a spear character. Like the jump nairs, if Power Ranger is stuck on those soft platforms, think about the jump nairs with both weapons. Think about the gravity cancel or the ledge cancel downlight options on both weapons.
Yeah, it's very interesting playstyle choice for Power Ranger. When it comes to South America, they fight each other a ton of times in ranked, right? So they have a pretty good idea of what stages they like to fight against each other on and what stages they don't like to play against each other on. I imagine that Power Ranger's like, I'd rather fight Fiend on a stage with platforms than on something like Demon Island, Mammoth Fortress, or Small Brawlhalla.
Yeah, that's definitely something that from a smaller competitive community, definitely not a small community by any means, but a overall smaller competitive community compared to North America and EU. I'm sure these players are always playing against one another. You have a smaller pool of people queuing rank to play against. Went for the double D-light. Power Ranger had the dodge, so the second D-light was not able to connect.
Oh, he gets the ground pound off stage. Does he get the dive kick? Fiend makes it back. Power Ranger avoids the spear recovery. Just dashing around, waiting for that weapon, and an excellent spot dodge, but no, the recovery gets stopped by that side air. Fiend goes for the ground pound. Power Ranger somehow dive kicks past the axe recovery and has been living this entire time, and that neutral light benefits him because he had reset his wall slip counter. Ooh.
Yeah, that was actually the best possible outcome that could have happened there. It reset the wall counter, and it was also the neutral light, so it did some damage, but didn't have a lot of force. If you would have gotten hit with the side air, probably would have been dead. If you would have gotten hit with the dare, would have led to an edge guard, he would have died. So many things could have hit him there and hurt him very much, but it was that neutral light.
Scythe is picked up now. Dash jumping left and right. Ooh, Fiend goes in for that side light, gets kicked away. Side light, air, ground pound, jumping side air. Fiend gets that downer as well. Ooh! Side light.
Oh man, it seems like the neutral signature should be coming out from Power Ranger there, but he was waiting. He didn't want to put himself in bad territory. Yeah. Found the D-Sig right on that corner, turned it around like we've seen a bunch of different Mordexes do this weekend.
Ooh. Power Ranger was able to leave up the stocks. Man, I love that spear skin from Fiend. Ooh.
Oh, man. Is he 3 for 3 on those?
He is 3 for 3 on them. The down sigs have been getting every single dodge in or dash pass that Power Ranger's been going for. And it's a very unusual sig, especially considering that of the Brim players that I know in any region, it's not really utilized as much as we've been seeing Fiend utilize it in this matchup. Nice turnaround, neutral light, and he goes all the way forward for that dash forward side light. Power Ranger does get the recovery. Fiend low on jumps. That's got to be it. Fiend. Oh no, he gets his dodge back. Power Ranger goes too high, and now Fiend turning it around with the side light side air. Wants to make sure that this is a 3-0. Power Ranger ducks into the blast, goes for that side sig.
Coming in with the gauntlets, Fiend is unarmed. Power Ranger can find this stock quickly, and he does, and he's all but evened it up.
Yeah, we've seen this in every game before this, though. Fiend comes back, tags on some damage unarmed, and then ends this stock. And it happened again. Fiend, nice side air, catches him fast falling, and that down stick came so close to catching him. That's not a spear down.
Now that is a down signature that he hasn't quite had as much luck with. He missed the first one, then he missed that one as well, and ended up getting punished a little bit for it. Power Ranger spacing on all of these moves that Fiend is throwing out is a little bit better here.
Oh, is it down sig time? It's the same position as before, right? Slide charge down sig would do so well. Oh! D-Light side air is all it needs. Clean, simple, effective. Fiend takes out Power Ranger 3-0 and moves over to winners finals for the South America Brawlhalla Spring Championship. And a very good set from Fiend, very convincing. It was back and forth, but every time it ended with Fiend in an advantage state, where there was 100, 200 damage above. Just really solid player all around.
The down signature might not have been the option that Fiend wanted to go for there, but he went for it so many other times that Power Ranger didn't want to recover low. He didn't want to go right over that corner. He didn't want to disarm himself against Fiend because he was in the disadvantage state, so he recovered high, and Fiend immediately punished that with the downlight side air true combo.
That's an excellent point, because if you continuously cover your opponent's recovery when they're going low beneath the stage, it's going to increase